This is Scotty and Andrew, and you're listening to Fun with Horror.
Well, hello, all of you beautiful, beautiful people and horror fans and everything. We love you. You're listening to another episode of Fun with Horror, your weekly movie review podcast in which my best buddy Andrew and I give each other movies to watch, and then we discuss them the following week. We only have two rules. Number one, whoever picks the movie has to pick a movie they've never seen. And number two, we both have to watch the movie before we discuss it. Last week, it was my choice, and I chose the brand new Predator prequel, Prey.
Nice.
It is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and it stars Amber Midthunder, Dakota Beavers, and Dane DiLiegro as the Predator himself. Of course, stay tuned to the end of this episode, and we're going to hear what Andrew, dear boy, is going to pick for us for next week. And finally, if you like what you hear, please do us a favor and go to Apple Podcasts, and leave us a nice little rating and a review, and we will read it out loud. Darn it. Just like this one, Andrew.
Beautiful.
We got a really nice review last week, buddy.
Yeah, dude. So kind.
It's from Killer Kimmy from Outer Space, and it says, I quote, "I'm very thankful to the Empty Man because after watching it, I went down a rabbit hole and found the Fun with Horror podcast. Scotty and Andrew are so entertaining to listen to, and I love the spoiler format. After my husband and I watch a movie, I make him answer the 3 questions. The only critique I could give is that Ziggy the horror cat needs to make regular appearances."
I totally agree.
You know the way to my heart, buddy.
Right.
Mention Ziggy the horror cat. Ziggy, what are you doing, buddy?
Killer Kimmy,
You're
thank
being
you.
mentioned over here.
Oh my gosh.
Come here. He's like scratching himself. Hey, buddy. Here he is. Ziggy. There he is.
I heard
Hi.
it.
Oh, Ziggy. There's Ziggy the horror cat.
That was
Are
for
you a
you,
horror
Killer
cat?
Kimmy.
For you, Killer Kimmy, Ziggy made a regular appearance.
And I have to say, you might be thankful for the Empty Man, but we're thankful for you. So thank you. That was a very, very sweet review.
I
Thank
agree. And I love that it's like one of our older movies that
Right?
like that we reviewed that brought somebody to the podcast.
you. Yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Now, Andrew, if you could just take over, I'm going to play with Ziggy for the next hour.
Okay, yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
that's fine. So Prey is a movie that no, wait, I better give the spoiler warning. I got nothing. Scotty, I can't do this without you. We're a team.
I love you, Ziggy. Oh, okay. I'm back. Sorry, buddy.
Thank
Did I leave
you.
you? Wow. Oh.
I got scared. I didn't know what to do.
I was wondering what you would do, like if you were just put on the spot, and like what if I died
Oh, geez, don't
right
say
now?
that.
What if I died? What if Pumpkinhead came through that door because somebody needed to get revenge against me for whatever reason, and Pumpkinhead killed me, and you were still recording and you had to finish the podcast without me? What would you do? Would you freeze up like that?
No, you know what? I'd say first I'd be like, thanks for everything, Scotty. Peace out. And then I'd just do my review by myself.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wouldn't even call the police hearing your screams in the background. I would just say, no, the podcast comes first.
You just hear, oh, can you imagine if you just heard Ziggy meowing after that?
Oh, that'd be
Aw.
so bad.
I just made this depressing with horror.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Aw.
Boy, I can't wait to talk about our movie. Oh.
You know, I'll tell you something, and this is purely for all the Survivor fans out there.
Okay.
Mary and I have always joked because almost every season on Survivor, they have an episode late in the season where the remaining survivors' loved ones come visit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they join them in a challenge or something or whatever.
Yep.
And we always talk about like who we would have come out to the island. And of course, Mary and I are both like, well, I'll take you, sweetheart. But I always joke and I always say, how cute would it be if Ziggy was my person? And all of a sudden, like, all these like loved ones come out, and all of a sudden Jeff's like, and Scotty, your cat Ziggy came out. And all of a sudden, here comes little Ziggy bounding across the island towards me.
Dude, that
And
would
he's
be
just like,
amazing.
Ziggy the horror cat.
And the challenge is to eat as many sardines as you can. I'd be like, yes!
And Ziggy wins.
Yes, I picked the right.
He is a fast eater, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And
Good
he
job.
hardly ever throws up, do you, pal? Ziggy, look at you. Oh, he's just right here.
It's like he knew. He knew that Killer Kimmy was talking about him, so he was like,
all because of Killer Kimmy.
That's what it is. Thank you, Killer Kimmy.
Before we talk about our movie, I also want to say, buddy.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about the amazing classic Creep Show.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
And I'm a fan of Waxwork Records.
I do know that.
And the wonderful soundtracks that they release.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got the Creep Show soundtrack a while back, their release of it, and the first time I listened to it, the first time I put it on, I was like, this is good. But, it had been a while since I'd seen the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoyed the main theme.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of the soundtrack was kind of a blur to me.
Sure.
But I just put it on before we started recording, like I do. I usually put on some horror music just to get in the mood.
Love it.
Thank you. And this soundtrack, I love it so much more now that we just rewatched the movie, or watched it in your case,
Right.
last week. And it's fresh in my mind. It's like, I love it.
Nice.
It's just, I love it.
That's great.
I love it.
I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love this
I love you,
podcast.
Ziggy. I love Ziggy.
We love you, Killer Kimmy. We just love everyone.
Let's talk about Prey.
Why do you want to hunt? Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready. Muy bonita.
Wait. Did you get what I was just doing?
No, what were you doing? Oh. Wait a minute. Is there something you can't see in that room with you? If you see some red dots
that
on
good?
you, duck. Yeah, it's
How
pretty
did that
good.
sound? Was that Predator ASMR?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I love that. We can do we'll do
No, just keep going. Go ahead.
yeah, the rest of it will be ASMR.
Do your thing.
All right. No, this is our, wow. I was
Yeah,
just
we're doing
gonna say-
Prey.
Yeah, we're doing Prey. But
Spoiler warning.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just
Stop
getting you
it.
back on track,
Thank
buddy.
you. Yeah,
I know
I was just-
flustered you with the Predator sound.
No, I got nervous. I was looking around here, worried that something invisible's here. Yes. So, of course, we're going to talk about a brand spanking new movie, Prey. So, if you have not seen Prey, and you're okay with spoilers, stick around and listen, because we're going to talk about the whole thing. But if you don't like spoilers and you haven't seen Prey, then go watch Prey and listen to the rest of our podcast. Pause it and come back. Because we are going to talk about pretty much everything. So, before we do, though, Scotty, would you
Yeah.
mind giving us about a 3-minute recap of the movie?
Man, I'd love to, but hang on.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. I had to bring out my timer.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Because people can't see it, but we time each other. We time ourselves just to make sure it's around 3 minutes or 5.5 minutes as if it's Creep Show.
But that one is a very different beast, so
Different beast.
Yes.
But, are you ready for Prey?
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay, so Prey, or Kutamia in Comanche,
Whoa.
is about it's a prequel to Predator, and basically at the beginning of the movie you got two different stories going on. You have the story of Naru, who is a Comanche girl who wants to be more than the female roles that are given to the Comanche women. She wants to be a hunter like her brother, like the other hunters of the tribe. But then you also have another actual hunter who comes down to planet Earth from a ship. This is the Predator. So while Naru is trying to prove herself as a hunter by trying to hunt a lion and failing because she's distracted by the Predator is also going around going up against the different beasts of the forest to test its mettle and to find a worthy challenger. So all this happens. Naru eventually understands that there's something else in the forest out there, and she goes hunting for it. So as she's hunting for it, she finds it when the Predator goes up against a bear. The Predator overcomes the bear, and then she runs. The Predator kind of follows her, but not right away. She runs into her tribe mates. Her tribe mates then run into the Predator. The Predator kills all her tribe mates, except for her brother, who's not there. Well, she's running from the Predator. She gets caught in a trap, and turns out there's some French trappers in the area, too. And the French trappers capture her and her brother. They slice her brother with a knife to show their dominance over him or something, and then they tie both of them up because they're also trying to catch this Predator, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, her and her brother are tied up. The Predator shows up, but instead of going after them, it goes after all the French trappers and massacres them. Her brother and her get out. She goes back to the camp to get her dog, her wonderful dog, by the way. And while there, the Predator shows up. Her brother takes on the Predator to give Naru time to run away. Her brother gets killed by the Predator, unfortunately. She, meanwhile, goes into the forest and decides she's going to take on the Predator. She sets traps. She goes up. She baits the Predator. The Predator comes, and after a confrontation, she overcomes and she wins, and she kills the Predator. She takes the Predator's head back to her tribe, proving that she is now a hunter, a tried and true warrior of the tribe, and tells them all, we have to move. And so, that's kind of the end of the movie, but then there's a little animated thing during the credits in which we see the movie replayed in this animation, but at the end of it, instead of it cutting off after she brings the head, we see 3 ships come out of the clouds towards the tribe. Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
The end.
That was perfect, dude.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, that was excellent.
See what happens when you actually practice ahead of time?
I need to start doing that. I feel like I've been dropping the ball.
I
today
do
a
too
little bit.
sometimes. I dropped the ball last week. That's why Creepshow took me 5.5 minutes.
But we said, though, I mean, it's an anthology. That one is a weird movie to recap in 3 minutes.
It is, but I think I can do it.
All right. Well,
I'm not going to do it right now. No. Next week when we do Creepshow again.
Oh no, that was perfect. But as you know, I am very curious. Your thoughts of this movie? What did you think, dude? What did you think of Prey?
All right. Well, let me say a couple things here.
Okay. Okay.
Number 1, I love this movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, I would probably have to say that this movie is the most well-made Predator movie since the original Predator.
Yep.
And number 3, I just want to also say a little caveat. I actually am more forgiving, and I find more enjoyment in all of the Predator movies than most people do.
Nice. Yeah.
I do enjoy the Predator movies. I'm not counting the Alien versus Predator movies here. I'm just counting the strict Predator movies.
Right.
And, yeah, I actually like the movies. I don't think Predators is a piece of crap. I don't think The Predator is garbage. I actually enjoy them both.
Nice.
So that said, I don't know, in the scheme of things, as far as my enjoyment goes, where I would put this one yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty high up there at the moment, but I have to, watch it more. I think it's probably going to be my second favorite next to the first, but I don't know.
Nice.
So, Andrew,
Oh yeah,
that brings us to you.
dude, I loved it.
Okay, good.
I love this movie, and so I've not seen all the Predators, but I would say I've seen 1 and 2, the original 1 and 2.
Oh.
And the first one is one of my I adore that movie. So I was really excited for this one, and I loved it. I would love to see the other ones, and it's on kind of a bucket list. It's definitely some that I want to watch because I would be like you. I would be way more forgiving for those just because I love the original.
Well, I hope you would
so.
be, but you never know.
I don't know. The only one I did see there was one. It was Alien versus Predator, but I did not know the lore of either of them at the time, so I was like, I don't know what's happening in this movie. So I don't really remember. I just remember finishing it and being like, okay, I don't really know anything. I think now I would probably enjoy it a lot more.
Okay.
But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Prey, and I loved it.
Yeah, and honestly, I told you last week I had a hard time deciding whether to pick this
Right.
for
Yeah.
fun with horror because it's not strictly a horror movie.
Right.
Having watched it, I feel it very much belongs in the horror category.
Totally agree.
I don't know if I would say the same about Predators and The Predator.
Oh, okay.
So I would honestly say I don't recommend picking those for the podcast,
Okay,
but I
sure.
do want you to watch them on your own
Yeah.
and touch base with me on what you think of them.
Nice. I will. Actually, this one really made me want to rewatch Predator, which was... So I'll probably watch that at some point again soon just because I love that movie. But, yeah.
Now, did you have any slight drawbacks? We both love the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but do you have any criticisms?
Honestly, I do not. I don't have any notes on my disliked section of this movie.
Nothing at all. You can't think of a single thing.
I really couldn't.
You can't criticize maybe some of the CG?
I don't know. I thought it was fine.
I mean, the part where she's standing on the cliff and she sees the ship going through the clouds, I watched that twice,
Mhm.
and could have looked better.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
And
What-
of course, I'm more forgiving of this, but the animals look a little CG.
Sure. Oh, yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
But at the same time, it helped me separate myself from what the predator does to these animals.
Mm-hmm. Right.
know?
Right.
And as like a dog lover and a cat lover and all that, I didn't really want to see them get hurt. Like the part with the wolf broke my heart a little bit
Oh, yeah.
because that one looked real. That wolf looked real.
Yeah,
But-
he looked good. Or she, whatever the wolf was, looked very good.
But the moments where I was reminded that these are CG animals, it helped me separate myself from the fact that these animals get killed by the predator.
I get that. Nope, I get that.
Of course, I did not want anything to happen to the dog, and I'm going to say right now, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to the filmmakers for not killing the dog or hurting it. Well,
It gets hurt a
Barely
little, but
hurting
not bad.
yeah, barely.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I thought that was kind of a nice, because I feel like I don't know, maybe cliche is not the right word, but in so many movies, like the best friend, typically dog, gets killed or hurt so I was glad to see that he not only does he live, but also helps save her at the end. I was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad they mixed it up.
Yeah, and even just today, I was discussing a movie that I was thinking of picking on Twitter,
Oh.
and I was told by somebody that there was some pretty bad animal abuse in the movie.
Oh.
It's a great movie, but there's some pretty difficult animal abuse, and so now I'm not sure I'll ever pick it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll tell you after.
Yep.
Maybe I will.
Oh. Now I'm curious.
Well, I will tell you later.
Okay.
Maybe.
Golly. Alright. Well, what else? So, like I said, I don't have any really negative things for this. So, you said the CG. Was there anything else that
One little thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you did, but I sat down the second time and started watching the Comanche dub because I wanted to see what it was like in Comanche.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
And honestly, like I kind of wish that the movie had been done in Comanche. That the actors had all spoken Comanche and that there had been subtitles to tell us what they were saying.
Yeah, I get that.
Because there were some parts, I know that, in the movie world, they were speaking Comanche and they were just allowing us, the audience, to hear them in English.
Mm-hmm.
That was the conceit there.
Right.
But there were times that the Indians kind of sounded a little like, yeah, bro. Just a couple times.
Right,
And then when I
right.
heard the actual Comanche dub, I was like, man, this would have been really cool. And it would have further cemented that this was early times before America was invaded by us.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And I just thought it would have been it's a risk,
Right. I would.
And I feel
agree.
yeah.
Though.
Go ahead.
No, I totally agree with you on that because there were moments in the movie where they do speak Comanche, and I wasn't like, wait, what? Or what? I wasn't distracted or anything, so I totally agree. I think it would have been awesome to have it all done in Comanche.
It would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple things with this movie, the studio or whoever, there were certain risks that they didn't want to take. Number one, they didn't release it in theaters. I wish I had seen this in a theater.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
This was a very big movie, and I would have loved to see it
Right.
theatrically. And number two, I feel this is just me theorizing,
Right.
but I wonder if they didn't do it in Comanche originally because they thought that would get them less of an audience.
Yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense. I guess.
Well,
Maybe
in
that's
my
how
mind,
they
that's
thought.
what evil execs think.
Yep. Yep.
They're just thinking of their bottom line. They're like, duh, people aren't going to watch this if it's in Comanche.
Right.
Huh, huh, huh.
That does
Fire
sound
that
like an
person.
evil exec.
Fire them.
Right. Why don't I have more money?
Yeah. Smoke my cigar. I'm an executive.
Oh man. we might need to have
Well,
our
there goes our
executive friends.
sponsorships.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Goodbye, Netflix. No, sorry. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Everything else, though, everything past everything I just said, I really loved about the movie.
Well, let's
Okay, well, one other thing.
okay,
One other
all
thing
right,
I
okay.
will say, and this is just an overall feeling I get.
Mhm.
It's not really a critique, and it's not really something I hold against the movie.
Right.
It was the same formula. It ended up being the same formula.
Okay. Yeah.
Person, like as the first movie.
Right.
Person, predator hunting, person, predator kills person's friends, person eventually figures a way to turn the tables on the predator
Mhm.
and kills the predator at the end.
Right.
So,
Yep. And I agreed. There was one moment where I got a little nervous too in it where not nervous, but I just went, eh. But when she falls in the mud and comes out in the mud and I go, "Oh, that's like a shout out to the first one." And I go, like that's cool. That's a cool shout out, but then I went, "Oh, is it going to be kind of the same thing? Is she going to use the mud?" And when she didn't, I was like, "Nice. Good. They made it unique. They did something." I mean, they still
man.
went with that formula of, predator can't see our hero. But I was glad it wasn't
Yeah.
mud. I was really happy that they changed it up.
yeah, and, the fact that you haven't, I'm going to tell you right now, without too many spoilers,
Mm-hmm.
you would have thought that even more if you had seen Predators and The Predator.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a mud scene in one of those movies.
Oh, interesting.
And, in that movie, it's a nice callback to the first movie.
Okay.
But I also thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, well, is she going to figure out the mud thing and they're going to do that again?
Right.
But no, they didn't. And again, it's just the slightest critique because, to be honest, they tried switching up the formula a little bit with Predators and the Predator. and people hated it. People didn't like those movies. So go back to the old formula because it works.
Right. Guess why fixed is not broken kind of a thing, I guess. But
Yeah, and it's even more brilliant because you're dealing with a more rudimentary society. You're
Right.
dealing with people that don't have the weapons
right.
that they had in Predator 1.
Mm-hmm.
And an alien, a predator, who also has less advanced weapons,
Right. Right.
which I loved.
Yes, I know. This was cool. This movie was really cool, man.
Although, man, you know, I'm going to say it right now, I think the Predator's an a-hole.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a good hunter.
Oh, okay.
They're supposed to be master hunters, and, you know, all he does is, like, pull out the next sharpest tool.
That's true.
You know, oh, this thing is getting the bear.
Right.
He fights the bear, and the bear's getting the upper hand. So what does he do? He pulls out something else.
Right. That's true. That's
You know?
true.
And he's like, oh, well, I just going to pull out a bigger stick now.
Right.
And then he kills the bear with that.
Yeah,
Whenever
true.
anything has the upper hand, the predator just pulls out something even more advanced and
That's
just
true.
kills people. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's like if you
You're just a prick.
Yeah. If you're so tough, then fight it without your crap.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
predator.
Yeah. Get it together.
Do a fist fight. Come on.
Yeah.
But no, you know you'll lose.
What a loser.
What a cheater.
Yeah. Predator's dumb.
You cheat, predator.
Yeah. Come. You know what? Come get me.
Yeah, come get us.
Yeah. We're right here.
Come get the fun with horror, guys.
Yep. We'll take you.
And don't use your stupid little knife like wrist thing.
Yeah.
In fact, take off your little helmet with the little 3 laser beams
Yeah,
because that's cheating.
I just want to see your face.
Yeah, I want to see your face too because it's cool.
It is cool.
I like your face, Predator.
I do
Why don't you
too.
come on over here and sit with me, Predator, and show me your face? Huh?
You're
Huh?
pretty.
Huh? You are pretty, Predator.
It's gotten
All right,
so
back to the
weird.
movie.
Oh my gosh. I love
Let's talk about how amazing Amber Midthunder was
Dude.
as Naru.
She's fantastic. She actually, it was funny. After I finished this movie, I was like, man, I'm going to, if this is kind of a horror movie, and that's that quote unquote final girl, she's
Mhm.
awesome. She's like one of my favorites because she is tough as nails. I loved her.
Now, did you ever see the Legion TV show?
No, the one about like the X-Men Legion?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I never did.
You were so nervous to say that.
Well, it's like,
You have to, just, you know, the
I
X.
was like,
Mhm.
yeah. Who was that again? Yeah, X-Men. No.
Sorry,
Oh,
Predator
oh.
came by.
Good. Did he
You just
next
sit there, Predator. We're talking about you. Anyway, yeah, I guess she was in Legion. I saw the first couple episodes, and I need to watch it. I've heard
Yeah.
it's good.
I have two. Yep.
I heard she's really good in it.
Nice. Okay. Wonder who she plays. Cool. I did not know that, but yeah. What'd you think of her?
Thought she was amazing.
Nice.
I was completely enamored with her the entire movie. Not in
Mhm.
a creepy way, but just in a, like, I loved every moment she was on screen. I
Mhm.
wanted to see her, and I cared about what happened to her.
Agreed.
And I especially cared about what happened to Saudi, her dog.
Aw.
Aw. And I liked the characters in this movie,
Yeah.
except for the characters I wasn't supposed to like. Like
Exactly.
her brother. Her brother was a cool guy.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tabe.
Yep.
Played by Dakota Beavers.
Yeah.
And I really liked her brother because he was an older brother.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of bordered on treating her like a girl, like oh, you're just a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he also supported her, and he knew that she was better
Yeah.
than people gave her credit for.
Yep. For sure.
And he was sad that she didn't kill the lion, even though he gave her crap about it.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that her idea worked.
Right. Yep.
You know, I wish she had said something. Well, she was strong too. She didn't just something distracted me, or else I would have had it. You know, then she
Right.
would have sounded like she was whining. But
No, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Nope. I liked the dynamic between the two because he did treat her like an older brother. Would. And I just thought he was a cool character, and I did like the moment too when she goes out to track with them, and the bully, one of the bullies is like, "Hey, no, like you're a girl, go back, do your stuff or whatever." And he's like, "No, she should come with us. Like she's a good tracker and she knows medicine, or whatever." But I thought that was nice that he kind of backed her up as like,
Yeah.
"No, let her come. Like she should be out here with us." I like that.
And I like that you felt that he was supporting her because he actually believed in her and not just because he was placating her,
Right, exactly. Yep.
So like when they get to the lion's den and she says a plan, the other Comanche says, waiting is not hunting. We
Right.
have to find it. Her brother once again said, we're going to go with her plan. Stood up
Yep.
for her.
Yep. Exactly.
Love it.
Me too.
And I like that she was super strong. Like she was a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about her being like unreasonably stronger than somebody else. She was just smarter,
Right, exactly.
which you saw when she fought the bully Comanche guy.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I have Wasape. I have his name. Wasape. When she fought him, she actually won that fight. He had to cheat with his friend
Right.
to get the upper hand on her.
Yep.
And then I also like that Tabe did prove himself to be the strongest, even though the Predator did beat him. He held his own for a long time against the Predator.
He did. Yes. I know, that
Of
was
course,
awesome.
then the Predator has to go invisible
I know. And cheat.
like a cheater. Yeah, cheater. Stupid Predator.
Idiot. No. Yeah, I thought, and there was a couple fights where I was like, man, they are a few times where everyone was like handling their own against Predator. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. And it didn't feel like, I don't know, it felt like realistic. Like, hey, they know what they're doing. They've been training for this kind of a moment, or, against these animals that are out there that are also unpredictable and scary. And I was like, I get it. This makes sense.
Yeah, and she practiced on her own, which made her even better.
Agreed.
And she even had her own little weapon thing that she made.
Oh, I love
Which I
that
loved,
part.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I loved, like, when she finally used it, I love how the payoff of her using it. And it wasn't necessarily against the Predator.
Mm-hmm.
It was against the French trapper guys.
Yep. It was awesome. And I love that scene, too, of her as she makes it and just practices. It just looked so cool. Just like, she doesn't get it quite at first, but after a little bit of practice, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. I love it.
And the dog's head looking like swinging back and forth to follow it.
Right? Yes.
Aw.
Awesome.
The dog.
Dog.
Yeah, let's see. What do I got? What do you got? What do you got, buddy? Tell me some of your notes here.
So some of the things, we talked about kind of, characters were great. I will say I loved the music in this movie.
Ooh, yeah.
It gave me like kind of that feeling of those kind of the olden days, of that time period. It just with that violin playing or fiddle, maybe it was fiddle, I don't know, but it was just it was perfect for this movie, and I loved it.
You know who the composer was?
No, who was it?
Sarah Schachner. You know what Sarah Schachner's done, buddy?
I don't. Help me out.
She's done a bunch of Assassin's Creed games.
Of course. Oh, that's amazing. No wonder I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me
Yeah, I was
very
so
happy.
happy she got to do a feature film like this, and
That's
just
awesome.
killed it.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
It was fantastic. I loved it. There was one scene I just really enjoyed, and I'm not sure what you felt about it, but it took me a second where we see the close up of the spider or bug.
Ant.
Was it an ant? Okay, whatever it was.
I have
So
it written down myself, my friend.
Oh, look at you. And so the mouse eats the ant, the snake eats the mouse, and then Predator kills the snake. And for the first time I saw it, for a second, I was like, that was weird. Why would they do that? And then I was like, oh, duh. This is Predator. It's a predator against a predator against a predator against a predator. And I was like, that's brilliant. I love that scene.
Yeah, but I love the way we see the ant first. The ant crawls up onto the invisible predator's foot,
Yep.
which is just an awesome shot.
Yep. And the mouse
And
eating
see-
it off of it, just not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
realizing
yeah.
how it's there. Perfect.
And the snake attacks the predator, and of course the predator shows how quick it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was gnarly, and just skins the snake
Yo.
in one quick go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So if you watch this movie in Comanche,
Yeah.
when the title of the movie comes up, it is called Kutamia or Kutamia. I think they say Kutamia in the
Kutamia,
movie.
I think, yeah.
Kutamia, which does not necessarily translate to pray.
Oh.
Kutamia is the ritual, the trial that they go through. It means it's in which the hunter hunts what's hunting them.
Oh, so okay. So what she's doing, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the
that's
lion,
cool.
the lion is hunting her, so she's trying to hunt the lion instead, and then she
Right.
does the same thing with the predator, of course.
Yep. Yep.
But I like that that's the name of the movie in Comanche.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
I think it would have been a cool name for the movie, although it would have been harder to sell. So,
Right. Those dang execs again.
dang execs. Call it prey.
People know that.
It's got the first 3 letters from Predator.
And
Because
why?
I
Because
can
I want
spell.
money.
Money. I can spell money. And it's called P-R-E way. Way?
Yeah.
Way or why? Way.
It's, you know what? He's an executive. He'll say whatever he wants and say it's right.
That's right.
Because that's what executives do.
The cinematography,
Oh, man.
also beautiful, by
Yes.
Jeff Cutter.
Dude, there's that scene where she's walking up on the mountain, and it's kind of a long shot, but it's just her walking with the mountain behind her. Beautiful. It was
yeah.
such a pretty scene. I was like, well done. Wherever whoever spotted this location, good job. It was beautiful.
And all the overhead
Yes.
shots.
Yep.
Like the shot where she leaves, like she goes out of her tent
Mm-hmm.
to go with the women, but then she turns around and she gets her hunting gear and
Mhm.
she's walking against the flow of the women.
Yes.
And it shows that overhead, but then the next thing you see is the overhead shot of her walking with Saudi through the forest.
Yep. So good.
And then there was a bunch of overhead shots that were just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. There really were.
Like when the predator kills the Comanches, and then she's in the tall grass
Yes.
with one of them,
Yep.
and they're running, and Itzy is the Comanche that she's in the tall grass with, and the predator is coming at them. Did it remind you of anything, buddy?
Well, seeing their head pop up, it reminded me of the new Texas Chainsaw.
No,
But
but okay, good.
But
I don't
them.
mean to
Oh,
laugh
Jurassic
because
Park.
yes, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
there
yeah.
you go.
Sorry, I was
The
thinking.
Lost-
Yeah. Yes.
The
Jurassic
Lost
Park.
World, to be exact.
Sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Because in the Lost World, there's the part near the in the movie where they're in the tall grass and you see the overhead shot, and you see like the lines of the raptors coming towards the men or the people.
Totally.
Yeah. So yeah, I really liked the cinematography. Oh, and the other shot I really dug.
Mm-hmm.
This was less cinematography, but more very cool CG.
Yeah.
Man, the bear scene.
Yeah.
Of all the shots in that scene,
Uh-huh.
I loved the shot where the bear, Saudi runs and distracts the bear,
Right.
and then she comes down, and then here comes Saudi running super fast, and then here comes the bear, and she starts running, and she dives into the water, and the camera goes under the water,
Yes.
and then suddenly you see the bear's huge paws like step down into the water, and it's like and it was just like the coolest shot, man. I don't know why, but I love that shot.
No, it was cool. That was an awesome shot. I love moments like that where the camera follows the person through something different, like whether it be water or whatever. I just think it's cool. I think it's so
Yeah.
fun to see a shot like that. So totally.
And
agree.
it added to the tension of the scene because you just know the bear's like right on her heels.
That's a grizzly, man. Grizzlies are no joke. Yikes! Almighty.
And I also, this is weird, but I also appreciated in that scene when the bear is coming towards her.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, here's a thing that they do in movies. You'll see the creature or whatever coming at your hero,
Mm-hmm.
and the hero will stand there for a second, like, and then like maybe they'll shoot at the creature or whatever, and then it seems like they take forever to turn around and run.
Right.
And then somehow they're like able to stay ahead of the creature, even though the creature is like a super fast creature. Well, in this, she shot at the bear while it was pretty far away still.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as she missed it, she turned around or hit it, whatever. She turned around and ran.
Right.
And the bear, like, she ran with plenty of time to try to get away from the bear.
Yep.
I appreciated it. It was smart movie making right there.
Yep. Totally agree.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Exactly. Dude, what did you think though of? Because there's kind of like, well, there's a few massacre scenes, but what did you think of kind of the scenes where Predator does take on more than one person?
Well, it's according to the scene. Like, I mean, when it takes on the Comanches,
Right.
even though the Comanches were kind of bullies to
Right.
Naru, I felt bad for them.
Right.
I wanted them to win, even though I knew they weren't.
Right.
I'm
of
like,
course.
we're halfway through the movie. They're not going to win. But I wanted some of them to survive if they could.
Right.
So I felt bad. But when the Predator was going after the French trappers,
Yeah.
that was glorious.
It was awesome.
And my kill of the week comes from that one.
Me too.
Yeah, I
There's
wonder if it's the same one.
That's what I was wondering. There's two I really enjoyed, and I was like, it's gonna be. I guarantee you're gonna have one of the two.
Ziggy, is it the same one? Ziggy's not even here. Anyway,
Sorry, Killer Kimmy.
Ziggy. Sorry, Killer Kimmy. You can stop listening now. Ziggy's gone.
Yeah. I heard him earlier. That's all I needed.
He's the real host.
Right.
Fun with Horror with Ziggy the Horror Cat and your guest hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
I think that would probably go over pretty well.
Oh, man.
People would listen.
Just to be clear, Killer Kimmy, if you're out there, just to be clear, that's not Ziggy at the beginning of our Serbian film episode. Okay, that's just cat sound effects.
Oh, yes.
I just want to make that clear. Because you wonder what...
Yeah.
You wonder, like, I don't want people to think we're hurting Ziggy or anything.
No, nope. That was found somewhere
Found-
else. I don't even know.
Found on Apple Music.
There you go. Yes, that was not us.
All right, and back to Prey.
Yes.
Okay, this was funny.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I thought this was funny. It's not supposed to be.
Okay.
But, the whole thing with the trappers, and they catch her and her brother, and then they tie her and her brother up. So the one trapper had just taken a sharp knife and sliced Tabe's torso,
Right. Yeah.
like from chest down to stomach, like in a
Right.
diagonal. And, man, that looked painful. And then, so then they get to the tree where they're tied up, and Naru asks Tabe, are you hurt? I'm just like, what do you think? You just watched him get sliced with a knife. If the Predator wasn't about to kill him, he'd have a scar for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
What do you think? Is he hurt? Like, are you okay? That's a good question.
Right. Yes.
But are you hurt? Yes, he's hurt.
Did you not see that? God, it was right in front of you.
But after that comes one of my favorite lines. Because
Yep.
it's a callback.
Yes, it is.
Tell me what it is, Andrew.
Well, I believe he says, if it can bleed, it can die. Or what is it? If
we can kill
We
it.
can kill it. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Come on, Andrew.
Sorry, I botched it. You shouldn't
You're
have made
not
me do
a-
it. It was too much pressure.
Your Predator fan card is revoked.
Yep. If it bleeds, we can kill it. I even thought
Yes.
that, but I was like, I don't know.
Now, that's one of 2 callbacks
Yes.
to the other movies. We'll get to the other one,
Yep. We're getting there.
which I'll be honest, I didn't know.
I didn't either.
I didn't catch it.
Nope.
But people pointed it out.
Did
and
you
I was
read
like,
the story about it too? How they
yes,
got it?
well, we'll get to it.
All right.
We'll
all
get
right,
to
all
it.
right.
We're let's just jump to it then. We're
All
talking
right.
about it.
Yeah, might as well.
We're going to skip ahead because Naru is taught by one of the French trappers before. Oh, my God. Okay. One of the French trappers, before he dies, teaches her how to use a gun.
Right.
She brings the gun back to her tribe with her at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
This gun is the same gun that is in Predator 2.
Right.
With the same name on it and everything. However, I also read that, and I think this is what you're getting at, that in the comics, a Predator got the gun from Raphael Adolini himself. Did you not read that?
No.
Oh, okay. There you go. So,
Interesting.
I guess I haven't read the comics, but in the comics, the Predator gets the gun from Adolini himself. So it's kind of like playing with the lore a little bit.
So it might not be canon.
It might. Well, it's slightly canon, but
Right.
But
No,
maybe they're not. Maybe they're just kind of excluding the comic book from the canon.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. No, what I read, and I just thought it was kind of a cool thing, was they for some reason no one knows, at least the people on this set didn't know where the original gun from the movie from Predator 2 was. And they had no idea where it was. So they went on YouTube and saw this guy that had recreated it, just a fan of Predator 2, and recreated the gun and contacted him. And he said, yeah, use it. So they used it, which I was like, that's so cool. I love that. I'm sure that guy was like on cloud 9, like loving it, that his work was
heck
there.
yeah.
It's so cool.
I bet his wallet was on cloud 9 too.
Right.
Because of that executive.
That's right.
We're going to call it Prey, and we're going to buy that gun. We won't take no for an answer. Money.
Money.
All right. So when Naru comes back,
Uh-huh.
so obviously the whole scene where the Predator slaughters the French trappers is amazing.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I loved it.
But then Naru goes back to the camp while Tabe goes off to get horses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there is, you know me, buddy. I'm a sucker for a single shot.
Yes.
And there is this amazing fight between Naru and some of the trappers back at the camp.
Yeah, dude.
And it's all one single shot, and it's just and it deals with that hatchet on the string.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yep. Perfection.
Ooh, that got my blood pumping.
Perfection.
Perfection. Yeah. And then we finally see the Predator without the mask.
Yeah.
Because it's about, oh my goodness,
What?
poor Saudi, the dog, is running at the Predator. And the Predator's about to shoot the dog.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, good old Tabe comes up from the back and hits the Predator in the back of the head and knocks his helmet off.
Yep.
Thank you, Tabe.
Yes, I know.
But then we get to see the Predator's face.
Which is always fun.
Yes.
And I loved his mask this time. I thought it was kind of an ingenious way to show the time period as well, using a skull or piece of a skull.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. I was like, I like it. I like that. I thought it was cool.
It was cool, and I like how they actually did a great job of making this Predator's actual face distinctive from other Predators.
Absolutely. Yep.
He had a bigger mouth and like a wider face.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah. He looked great, though. I loved it. I love when they unmask Predator.
Well, me too, but nothing beats the unmasking in the first movie.
Right. Nope.
Oh, my goodness.
Nope. Totally agree.
Because every Predator fan remembers the moment that happened, the
Yes.
first time they saw the movie. And they realize, what? That's not his real face?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, and look at him. Oh.
I remember I watched that with my dad, and I totally remember it, sitting there being like, oh, ew.
You are one ugly mother.
Dylan.
Yeah. And I remember, see, I'm actually remembering that line from the first Predator
Yeah.
on TV
Oh,
because they stop it before he says the F word.
right.
So I actually, whenever I think of that line, I actually do think of the TV version.
Oh, amazing.
You're one ugly mother, and then it cuts.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So then poor old Tabe bites it. He gets killed by
Yeah.
the Predator, but then Naru goes off, and she sets her trap.
Awesome.
Because and I loved it because I love the idea. Even she wasn't Arnold, you know. She's not a big muscular Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
And she didn't have the mud, but she had those leaves, and oh my goodness. The fact that she brought the worst of the trappers into the camp.
Right.
And attracted the Predator to him and was standing there,
Mm-hmm.
and the Predator did not see her.
Awesome.
I thought it was brilliant, yeah.
It was so good. And I love that she stands there just like, and all she does is move her foot so that Predator doesn't like trip on her. But I love that she just stands her ground, doesn't even look at him. I was like, yeah.
And I love that the Predator hardly ever gets the upper hand against her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he gets some hits in. He grabs her and throws her a couple times, but like he never really has the upper hand.
Right. Well, and I love too right before kind of their fight starts when she has the pistol in her hand and just blows him in the back of the head and the mask shoots off and the blood shoots out. I was like, yeah, like it's on. That was so cool.
And then she just takes the mask,
and
I was like, I thought maybe she was putting the mask there to bait the Predator. But no, she wasn't.
Nope. She's too smart for that.
She was really smart.
Yes.
She knew that Predator was not going to get swallowed by the mud. He was going to come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew that the Predator would aim his thing at her.
Yep.
But instead, it would turn on the sensor in his helmet, put the laser beams on his own head, and kill himself.
Awesome.
Oh, man. Man.
I know.
That was good.
Oh, and I love, too, the part where he gets his shield out and is, like, about to, like, lop her head off, and she pushes back between the rocks.
Yes.
And it gets deeper and deeper. At that moment, I was like, keep ducking. But I love that she...
Wait, what were you like?
I was like, keep ducking. No, but I love that she rips his tooth out and stabs him with his own tooth.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So cool.
Yeah, everything was plausible.
Right. Yes.
Like, you wonder how this, like, not that, you know, again, stronger and smarter than any of the hunters in her tribe.
Right, right.
But at the same time, it's the Predator.
Right,
And you wonder how she's going to get the upper hand against it.
Yeah.
But she does, and it's amazing.
And like when she jumps on his back and just wraps his neck with her hatchet string, I was like, it was just awesome. That whole fight scene was so cool. It was just fun to watch. I loved it.
And I love that when her brother kills the lion, you know, the way he puts the blood on his face, I love that she did the same thing with the Predator's blood.
Yeah.
And seeing that, knowing that the movie poster gives away the end of the movie, basically.
Yeah, it really does.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, spoilers.
Yeah. But it was really cool to see it.
So cool. And there's kind of, we don't know what's going to happen, but some part of it is a sad ending because she gets back to the camp. She tells everybody they got to go. And like we said before, there's that little animated thing that shows 3 ships coming out of the clouds towards the tribe.
Yep.
And we know that somehow that gun ends up back in the hands of the Predators.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't bode well for her.
For the Comanches.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. For any of them. But I'm hoping we get a sequel because this one it seems to be
we will.
doing well. So
I think we will.
I think so too. Yeah.
Now, real quick, did you see 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay. Same director.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Same cinematographer.
Wait, did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But again, you're talking to me.
Right.
And
right.
I'm pretty forgiving of movies. I even like the Cloverfield Paradox.
I didn't see that one.
I saw it
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't hate it. Like it's just one of those movies. I watched it. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the best movie in the world, but I got some enjoyment out of it.
Okay. All right, that's good to know.
But then I go online and everybody's hating it, and I'm just like, I guess I was wrong.
No.
I guess my opinion's not good.
No, it's subjective.
Anyway, 3 questions, buddy.
Let's do it.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
All right, let's just jump right in.
As we always do.
As we always do.
What else are we going to do besides jump right back in?
Well, I thought about
Right in.
taking a moment just to, I just like listening to you.
Yeah? Okay. Well, how about we do that then?
Okay. Let me hear you.
A, B, C, D,
Wow.
E, F, G,
Whoa.
H, I, J, K. Here comes my favorite part. Element of P.
Whoa.
Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to edit that chunk out, and that's how I'm going to teach my son his ABCs. It's
So that he'll always go element of P,
element of P.
element of P.
Yep. No.
I mean, all kids do that anyway. So.
They do. I still do it. It's fun.
I always thought it was one word
Oh.
when I was a young kid. I was like, element of P.
Elemental P. That's cute.
I've got an element of P.
Yeah. Have you seen that Elemental P over there? All right.
Aw.
Question number 1. Dude, okay, now I'm excited. What was your favorite death/kill in this movie?
All right, here we go.
Ooh, which one?
My favorite, because there were so many good ones.
Uh-huh.
My favorite, what I thought was the best was when the predator grabs the trapper kind of by the neck and like activates his shield.
Yes.
And the shield slices off the guy's head and the tree behind him.
Yep. That
That
was
was my favorite.
dude, that was awesome. That was my number 2. I knew it was going to be one of the 2.
Well, see, I did not pick the main trapper, even though he was the most despicable of all, because honestly, I thought the kill itself was kind of lame.
That wasn't my favorite.
Good.
No. Yeah.
What was your favorite?
The head chop off was awesome, and it was really like a toss up between the 2. But the one that got me was when he shoots the net on the guy, and it
Okay.
crunches him to death. Like you just
Would have been my number 1 if we had actually seen the net tearing the guy apart.
Fair enough. But we just see like the blood coming down and all the pieces, and I was like, oh.
And they even color corrected the blood so that it's not very red.
Oh yeah.
So probably to save the rating and all.
You're right. But dang, what a way to go.
I liked the implication of it though. Yeah.
Right? Oh, horrible. Okay, interesting. Would you find this? Is this movie scary?
Don't think it's really scary, but it's suspenseful as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very suspenseful movie. I was on the edge of my couch seat. How about you?
The exact same. Yeah. Definitely not one that's keeping me up at night, but very suspenseful. And a great job at keeping it suspenseful. All right. Well, I think we know, but did you have fun with horror?
I had so much fun with horror. Andrew, did you have fun with horror?
I did. I loved it, man.
Oh.
Ugh. That was so
Now,
fun.
did you ever think though?
Mm-hmm.
Because in those, it was pretty quiet in that area,
Mm-hmm.
in that part of the country.
Right.
The predator's clicking is pretty loud,
It is pretty loud.
and after you realize that the predator clicks like that,
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised nobody was like, "Oh, I hear the predator."
Right.
It was always the predator showed up in different ways, but nobody was ever like,
Right.
and you're like, "Oh, it's the predator's near." Right. Oh, where is it?
Totally true.
I hear you, predator. So that's my final question.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't either. I'll write them.
Predator.
No, he has us.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's going. It's going just what? Just dandy.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
What? Andrew.
Yeah.
It's your pick.
It is.
It's time for you to pick a movie.
Well, I think you know.
I have a feeling. You're going to pick something timely.
Yes. Yeah. So as you know,
Yes.
I'm having
as
a
I
baby
do.
pretty soon.
Well, yes. You and Cindy.
Yes. Yeah. She's actually believe it or not, she's gonna do most of the work.
I don't believe it.
No, we have a baby on the way very soon, and I'm not sure if this baby's gonna be early or not. But we're watching a baby movie before, making sure that we see it before, and I think this one is a cute one from what I gather.
Yeah.
Called Inside.
Inside. And now let's be clear. We are watching the original French movie.
Oh, okay.
Not the American remake.
Awesome. Okay.
I haven't seen the American remake. Don't want to.
Fair enough.
Because we know how that turned out with Martyrs. Or
Yeah.
I do.
I
Ugh.
didn't ever see it, but I didn't really care to.
Thank you. Thank you for not.
But just a heads
Anyway,
up, this
yeah.
is not like streaming anywhere. This is a rent or buy movie right now. So Amazon, Apple, YouTube, Vudu, whatever you want to do.
It's a good thing I own it already.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a shame because it was on Shudder recently. They had
Oh,
their
shoot.
French Extreme month, but I think it only lasted for a month. They have Martyrs and Inside and others.
Oh my gosh. So this one I feel like I'm not going to have Cindy watch with me.
As I said in a previous episode, I forbid you.
Okay.
That is our unspoken third rule for this week. You have to watch it without Cindy.
Okay. Perfect.
She will divorce you. She will hate you
All right.
for making her watch it. She will not like it. I guarantee.
Oh, good. Okay.
A pregnant, close to bursting woman does not want to watch a movie about another pregnant, close to bursting woman being terrorized and being stalked in her home by somebody who wants her baby.
I mean, it sounds like it might be kind of like a Home Alone situation, which is a charming little movie.
It's very Home Alone-ish. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes. Cool. Okay, yeah, I'm a little nervous about this one, but I'm excited as well because
Well, I'll
had-
tell you something cool
Lay it
that
on
I've
me.
mentioned before.
Mhm.
We have actually done an episode about a movie by the same directors, Alexander Bustillo and Julien Malry, who did The Deep House.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so they did Inside as well, and The Deep House is pretty tame compared to Inside.
Yeah, fair enough.
But The Deep House wasn't that extreme,
Right. No, it
at
really
least-
wasn't.
at least in our opinion. But Inside, yeah. Inside, you're in for a treat.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, thank you. Thank you for the idea of this one at some point. So
Well, thank you for agreeing to do this at this time of your life,
man, it's
right
the
before
perfect
you
time
have
to
a
do it.
baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll say that after you see the movie.
Oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous. I mean, honestly, Martyrs is still a movie I think about, and that was
Yeah.
a messed up movie. So this one might stick with me, man.
It might stick with you for a couple of days or lifetimes.
Okay, good.
All right, so there you go, everybody. Inside,
Yes.
French Extreme Cinema. Inside from the year 2007.
Right.
Directed by Alexander Bustillo, Julien Malry. Starring Alison Paradis, Jean-Baptiste Tabarin, and Claude Lullet.
Thank you.
I hope I said all of those right. Oh, and how about Dominique Frot? Yeah, that too.
Awesome. There we go. Ditto.
I cannot wait to watch this movie. Honestly, I can't wait till next week. I can't wait to hear what you think of this. This is going to be so good.
I'm nervous, dude.
I hope this isn't the end of our podcast forever. After you see this,
No.
you're like, nope, not doing this anymore. I hate you, Scotty, for making me watch that.
Never.
Okay, good.
Never.
All right, buddy. Well, Andrew,
Scotty,
as always, I love you.
I love you, buddy.
You have a wonderful, wonderful week watching this wonderful, wonderful movie.
You as well.
And everybody out there, as always, thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Especially if you're still listening and you've gotten this far. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Pat
And
yourself on the
keep
back.
listening to the very end of the music. We always put an Easter egg at the end of every episode, so
Every
keep
episode.
listening and you'll hear it.
And if you haven't heard it on any episodes before, go back. Take
Go
a
back
listen.
and listen to every single one.
Every one of them has it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go play with Ziggy for real now.
Awesome. I'll see you later, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
I don't know that this thing can be killed.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.